everybody's talking about generational wealth. I'm sure you've all seen the headlines. You've seen the post online. You'll see things like 10 ways to create generational wealth or the secret of the rich or something of that nature. But to be honest with you, most of those tips are shallow, they're unrealistic, they focus on get rich programs, or they look at maybe one section of the IRS code book and not completely look at the entire section that's included. Real generational wealth isn't just a fad. It's about building something deeper. It's about teaching kids and grandkids how to be successful, not just financially, but also in life. Hi, I'm Chris Price. I'm one of our certified financial planners. And in this video, we're going to explore what generational wealth really means. We're going to look at why so many families lose it. We're going to look at why it's important. And we're going to look at how to create a legacy that lasts. So, let's start with the basics. What exactly is this term, this generational wealth? Well, at its core, it's about the money. It's about the assets. It's about the resources that you're going to pass down from you to the next generation. Now, those assets could be anything. It could be real estate. It could be investment accounts. It could be your retirement accounts. It could be your 401ks, IRAs. Maybe it's a closely held business. It could be anything within those assets. But I want us to understand it's more than just the numbers in the account. Generational wealth also includes many things that families overlook, like the knowledge and values. And here's why that matters, those knowledge and values. Studies show that 70% of families lose their wealth by the second generation. And by the third generation, 90% of that is gone. So we got to think, why is this? And it's because we passed down the money, but we didn't pass down the wisdom. We focused on the assets. We didn't prepare the next generation on how to manage those. So if you want to create real generational wealth, you can't just leave an inheritance. You also need to leave the framework. You need to leave a roadmap that teaches your kids and your grandkids how to build on what you just started. So I'm going to take you through a little example. Here's a family that's been part of our book for a long time. Right? Their name is David and Sarah, and they were never millionaires in their life. Right? They're middle class professionals. They had steady jobs, modest incomes. But what they did do is they made sure that finances was a different mindset in their family. They believed that wealth wasn't just about what you accumulated, but what you taught your family and the next generation. So, for instance, when their daughter, Emily, got her first job at 16, David, her father, sat down and went over her paycheck with you. He showed her how to budget. He showed her how much to save, how much to spend, and really why that mattered so much. And honestly, this simple lesson gave Emily financial confidence that most adults don't have. When their son Jacob graduated from college, Sarah, his mother, encouraged him to open up a Roth IRA. Now, she wanted him to get involved in saving so soon and so early that she even actually helped him contribute in the first year, get him in that habit of starting earlier. And when their grandkids were born, they didn't just focus on buying toys or maybe savings bonds, but they started 529 educational accounts. They explained to their kids why they were doing it. They showed them how these small contributions over time can grow into something super powerful. Now, over the years, these small intentional steps made something much bigger than just the dollars in the account. They created a family culture where money wasn't a mystery, right? It wasn't a taboo subject. It was something everybody understood. It was something that everybody respected. Now, that's the real essence of generational wealth. Building not just the assets, but the confidence, the legacy, and the values that live long after you're gone. Now, let's talk about some principles when it comes to generational wealth. Right? What are some things we can learn from David and Sarah? So I'm going to talk about 4 principles that help create a lasting generational wealth. The first one, and probably most important, teach financial literacy early. Give your kids hand-on lessons. Let them earn, let them save, even have them invest in small ways. The earlier they learn, the more natural financial decisions will become. Second, you yourself should focus on a comprehensive planning for you. Don't just look at the investments, although they're important. Look at Look at things like, how is your estate plan done? What's your tax strategies? Are your investments diversified? All these things come together when it comes to creating a stable financial plan. Third, build assets that outlive you. Savings accounts are great and are there for emergencies, but they don't create a legacy. Have things like real estate or investment accounts or retirement accounts or businesses, maybe life insurance, whatever it is that's going to continue on beyond your life. And fourth, mentor across generations. Don't just write a will, right? Talk about your values. Have family meetings. Discuss maybe charitable giving. Share the why behind your financial plan. Wealth without wisdom can disappear in a single generation. But wealth combined with mentorship, now that will last forever. So let's get practical, right? We know some principles, we know a story. Here are some steps that any family can take to start building a generational wealth plan. First, hold regular family meetings. Talk about money. Talk about your goals of maybe that year or values you want to accomplish. Work with financial professionals to create a estate plan. Include wills, trust. Make sure your wealth is going to transition smoothly to the next generation and they're aware of it. Diversify your own portfolio. Have stocks, bonds, real estate, alternative investments. Don't keep all your eggs in one basket. Start your kids off as early as you can. Think of things like educational accounts, 529s, custodial IRAs. Right? Now, just as important are the pitfalls to avoid. Most families lose wealth because they're not preparing their kids, they're not preparing them for the taxes, or they're concentrated in too heavily of a risky asset. Remember, you don't want to leave your kids a burden disguised as an inheritance. You want to leave them with the framework that they can build on. So now, generational wealth isn't built by accident. It's not about quick wins or maybe trendy investments. It's about steady financial planning. It's about consistent education. And it's about mentoring the next generation. It's about building assets that will last and instill the values that will keep them intact throughout the generations. So, if you want to take the next step in creating a legacy for yourself, for your family, for your next generation, visit me at the website, ChristopherPriceFinancialPlanner.com. You'll find resources, you'll find articles, you'll find strategies to help protect and grow your wealth. Once again, I'm Chris Price, and I want to thank you guys for joining me. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share this video, and let's build some generational wealth together.